الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على ما جاء بالهدى نبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله الطيبين وأصحابه أجمعين. أما بعد، جماعة الأخوة المسلمين والسلمات، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. So now, alhamdulillah, with all the thanks and praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. ربنا اغفر لنا وارحمنا واهوانا يا رب العالمين. ربنا اسألنا نسألك بخير ما سألك من حبيبك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. اللهم اجتمع هنا بخيرات اجتماع خيرات يا رب العالمين، ونعوذ بك عن شر هذا الاجتماع يا رب العالمين. اللهم نسألك يا الله بخير ما سألك حبيبك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. الإسلام سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون، والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. الفاتحة.
Thank you very much, Sheikh Kurma. Kindly ask Mr. Christian Bull to lead us in Christian prayer. Mr. Bull.
Let us pray. Father, I want to thank you for a gathering like this. We bless your name, we give you glory. Father, we pray that whatever we shall discuss here will be up to your glory. Father, give us the strength to see that this project come to pass in the mighty name of Jesus. We thank you, Lord, we bless you. In Jesus' mighty name we pray.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bull. Ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Minister of Finance, Minister of Transport and Aviation, I worship the Mayor of Freetown City Council, Deputy Ministers, Chairman Parliamentary Committee on Transport, Minister of Lands and Country Planning, and Minister of Internal Affairs, members of the Leone community and Abadi, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Ministry of Transport and Aviation, I am particularly delighted and well pleased to welcome you all, especially on a Saturday when you will have been relaxing, resting, but then decided to make it to this occasion. That demonstrates the importance and anxiety to see the implementation of this project. Although some are here to see if it is a reality, yes, it is real. Today's occasion is short, but the history-making event is real, especially for the capital city of Freetown. This project that we are about to hand over the site today was signed exactly a year ago by the Honorable Minister of Finance with the World Bank to improve pedestrian infrastructure, general road construction, provide traffic light management, signalization, intersection improvement, and provide a robust fraud mitigation measures for mobility. This project is so important, it's even given to a local contractor. That means as government, we are following the local content policy. Again, I want to thank you for your time today. I look forward to your full participation and continued monitoring of this project. Thank you once more for your time. They just done waiting this on the Senator Crew. I want to say welcome from all, especially the family from Lonely community, Abadi community. I want to say thanks on behalf of the ministry because of our time day like today with all the crises around us. But they will make time for that. Today we are here for demonstration, which they been signed last year, they come to reality for improve the mobility, for improve the passage there, how they work on the street, and to make sure that traffic does not congest on the street. So now make today we are so that we'll be able to give the site to the contractor. So on behalf of the Ministry of Transport and Aviation, I want to say thank you for coming, and I believe so we all will take this project as part and parcel of our property so that we will monitor to the completion of this project. So on that short note, because of the weather, we are going straight to the program. We will now invite the Member of Parliament for this constituency, Honorable Mohammed Sharif from Ankoka, to make the statement, please. Honorable Kokadiara, Honorable Sharif, please. Honorable Kokanoka, not a representative. Okay. While waiting for them, I'm told they are run long way, they are on their way coming. We go straight to the contractor, Pavi, project manager. You can make a statement or a representative quickly, please.
Honorable Minister, Lordship the Mayor, and all protocol observed. First of all, we as Fabi for to one point very thanks to the government for when they entrust we as a contractor for can deliver this project. And we are here for your farming for your first commitment say not being a local contractor, we will be able to deliver this project on time and quality. So we are pledging our commitment as a contractor that we don't book in previously and people don't know we as a contractor with the deliver, and we're not going to make any mistakes, not for deliver this, because we know that this project is very priority for the government, and the first project for the urban mobility where government is there for throughout. So as a local contractor, we will toe the line with the government and ensure that we deliver on time. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Pavi, project manager. Of course, as I know, this project is given to a local contractor in Pavi, then Sierra Leoneans, and they therefore push this project to be full. After the project manager, respectfully, the ladies and gentlemen, I will ask our worship the mayor of Freetown City Council to make a statement. Thank you.
Honorable Minister of Finance, Honorable Minister of Transport, other Honorable Ministers present, Members of Parliament, Councillors of the Freetown City Council, ladies and gentlemen, Longley, Aberdeen, Freetown. Today, as the platform gentlemen just say, and as peers say, this is a great day. We tell God thank you for this opportunity where we all get for there, for letting this project be handed over to the contractor. Last year by now, the documents been signed. And sometimes like you forget to say when you sign the document, the work keep buckle, wait for happen before you reach the site. But that work they don't happen, and now we go to site. About 2 weeks ago, on a Monday, I'm in a Benguima with members of ASLAF and Ministry of Health and NACOVA. We will hand over or start a treatment center where the funding comes through FCC from donor partners, and then the management will be done by the NACOVA medical staff. Way to make a better example, because now this na collaboration and now this we need for development. The government gets the new direction when they say power pass salon for better. Freetown City Council get a program what we call Transform Freetown. So you see, say, two things that they come together inside today. Because Freetown, they're inside Salone. And Salone gets a capital city when at Freetown. So development requires collaboration, and that's what we see now. The Transform Freetown agenda gets 4 clusters. The first one is resilience. When I did really talk about the environment, so you see with the planting, with the doing mitigation, now resilience. The second one, now human development. When I did education, job creation come inside. And this project, it is really bit for job creation in a way where you know will think of. Because what you do, when the streets are clear, the pedestrian areas are wide, markets day, it contributes towards jobs, it contributes towards tourism. But I want to use this opportunity for us, Mr. Minister of Finance, Mr. Minister, sir, I ask for you continue for do the work, for enable an environment where more jobs will be created. Because if we don't get enough jobs, all man they become trader. Inside Freetown, we don't see a huge explosion of people that way now not trading than they do. So if we do the markets not will do unless people will get other work them. So I want to say continue the good work. Let me get focused. We're going to bring more jobs outside of the trading arena. You move now to the third cluster. The third cluster, now human development, now healthy city. Healthy city, now there we look water, health, and sanitation. And one thing that we're glad for inside Transform Freetown, say Freetown now be clean. And we clean them because we get people that sweep every day, sweeping the streets, but also sweeping the markets. But make I tell you something. As I said just now concerning the jobs, that dirty where we get in the streets, from street trading, not so easy dirty for manager. So it could let markets day, when one feature of this project, when you build a big market, FCC says, then the process for do PPP for 3 to 4 smaller markets. All this na aim, na development, all this na aim, na collaboration. And then the fourth cluster of Transform Freetown, in name urban mobility, when are the name of this project. So you see, now yeah, the two they come together. For let traffic go reduce, not to just for put big road. You put the big road there, if people get in a street they sell, you will still get traffic. No, so you will still get the traffic. So in conclusion, I want to just say, today now a day we move as the mayor of Freetown City Council, very, very happy. I'm happy on 3 points. I'm happy because we sit on a yacht today and we see the start of a project we don't be birth. When I come to council, this project been day. And over the course of the last 2 years, I don't get several meetings with Ministry of Transport and Aviation, with Panda Webinaya, that's why we've been there, SLRSA, and SLRA. And of course the team, the Ministry of Transport, Hindu and Shaka, they don't work very, very hard with all the stakeholders. And council said get a representative, now that team, the project management team, the councillors said don't be involved. So we don't see, I can always say, further together. When we join on, we will go far. So now that we one thing to tell thank you for. I want to thank you to the Minister of Finance for your determination for seeing this project through. Because we all, the ministries, Freetown City Council, if we get World Bank project, we get for do we all know. World Bank project the council is still not in the school side. The implementing agency gets a big role for play. So that we said with the first project and FCC, we said we play our own role. But that role day, we need the backup of the Minister of Finance. So big thank you to the Minister of Finance for that. And finally, I want to say, community of Lonely and Aberdeen. This unana part of Freetown, but it goes beyond that. Me in a Lonely at all. I just lay down the road. So I take them very, very personally. Say this development don't come, now we own community. Let me hold them with 2 hand and 2 foot. the changes we will need to make, including some of the difficult issues around the WASCA. Let me all join hand and adjust ourselves so that the work will go before quickly and smoothly. So with that, I want to say again, thank you to everybody who came today. And this urban mobility project, now a real part of what we look for do and what we already do in the city of Freetown. Transform Freetown will be a reality. It will be a reality with the hard work of the Freetown City Council, but also with a partnership like what we see today. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that would be Mayor Ibiza. This, to me, I think Mayor are the number one beneficiary of this project. I know say it is really think out like a baby. Walkway, thank you so much, Mayor, for your support, for your cooperation and partnership. To see that we sit here today and see the signing or see the handing over of the site. Thank you so much. Now we move on. Kindly, as I say, we're sitting here because some ministry don't play, as Mayor they say, government business, not a one-man business, that all man, we all put out together. The Ministry of Lands, now a very important ministry in this country. With all what we do today, the not be put out there, we're not going to succeed. And we are blessed this morning to have the minister himself to be among us. As you always say, that ever ready man. Whenever we call upon, he's always ready. So we will kindly request them to make a statement. Dr. Dennis Sandy, please.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. God. Now, my colleague, the Honourable Minister of Finance, Mr. J.J. Safa, the principal beneficiary of this all-important project, the Honourable Minister of Transport and Aviation, Mr. Cabinet Kalom, again, the Deputy Minister of Lands, Housing, the Lieutenant General of my ministry, Mr. Bonafa, the Deputy Minister of Works and Public Assets, Mr. Tundule, I worship the Mayor, the real security man here present, the Minister of Internal Affairs, my own brother is here, Mr. Didi Panamua, and other members of the high table. Information is here, the Deputy Minister, my lovely sister, my pretty sister, Mamadi Gube Kamara, the principal beneficiary of the journalist, instead of report at all, I will tell and thank you, Oluwashuna. This morning, I did here as Minister of Lands for lending credence to this all important, integrated, resilient, urban mobility project. You see me? In fact, as I talk, now I pitch my brother. I said, you don't make them transparent, a resilient urban. So I want to Trump. Now Trump now the bulldoze. So this project here, anybody stand before the camera. I pay for the World Bank to support, and the rest I shall say from the Ministry of Lands, we don't play pivotal role. When this project starts, almost every day my brother, as the canon now one minister, no they even wait maybe sector announce, they don't keep the remote. Every day we did. In fact, next quarter is the year, we're going to go after them. But we don't survey the place. My director is here, Mr. Tambadauda, Timamele Fio. We don't do an excellent job. We don't hand over the sites, I made the site plan to the Royal Minister of Transport. And of course, we are on track to commence the proper implementation of this project. So the Ministry of Lands will continue for providing support we will need under the Bureau-led new direction government. We own government and development for the good of the people of this country. I hear you, we are worship the mayor say, they say power salon for better. So by indication, I believe say if said don't join the boat, for me you know say with all of us together, salon for better, not what they say, now we say. So collaboration means that regardless of where you are, you will work towards the betterment of this country. Because at the end of the day,
Both ways, right? Both ways.
Because at the end of the day, when they are grading us in terms of development, they grade us as a country, not as an institution or ministry. So we all say, Salon go better, Makulo over. And no apology for that. No apology.
Minister, let me add transform Freetown.
Yeah, well, now Salon for better. Not just part of the program. Salon for better, now the nomenclature. So we say that today, for talk's sake, we go support whatever initiative we get for good land, as long as the majority of our people will benefit. Going forward, if I don't just receive a letter of application, make us know say without the presence here, if I can be cool, I don't find them. No say going forward, now we not the landlord them, and not the principal landlord, but I lent the key. Right now, I don't get application, so for the land, for begin start the deployment. As okay, may get bilateral business, we will discuss it. I don't get back, so we're going to squatters the land, no problem, we will try our best. But the beauty about this is that it is in line with the manifesto of the new direction government. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why we are here. And then we continue for put our hands together to ensure that we work towards the improvement of this country. So on behalf of the ministry, I want to congratulate my brother, the Minister of Finance, for his skillful nature to influence World Bank, to support this project, and by extension again, the Transport and Aviation Minister, Mr. Cabinet Colon, for his bravery, for ensuring that yes, we get such a project for the good of our country. We don't make history today. We will government proper in history, and we will continue that history till 2023. We will win the election back. Makulu, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Sandy, the Minister of Lands. Because I only for go over again. The railway plays so much pivotal for them to here today. To begin at the front road for them to acquire the land here. But when it comes to road construction or road maintenance or everything, we got the ministry with in charge. They said they have been very supportive of this program. The Ministry of Works and Public Assets, the day today, especially the Deputy Minister, he has been in the forefront, carrying meetings in our ministry. So I had to give him the mic. I will give him the mic so let him make a statement. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Cabinet ministers present, deputy ministers, other distinguished guests, the general audience. In one person, we're very happy for there at the climax of this program. I must hasten for say thanks to Ministry of Finance, thanks to Ministry of Transport and Aviation. We know over a year or more, the City Council have been listening to the Mayor. We've been calling a mental conference about Transport Freetown. But this is an idea from Ministry of Transport. Through the support of World Bank and the dynamic leadership of Ministry of Finance. Ministry of Works are stepping in the shoes of the Minister Honorably Leone Kabbalah for address. We'll be very active in this program through with participation with the agents with the SLRA. Because we talk about right of way, we talk about building lines, then at technical terms, whether the engineer will agree that the purview of the Ministry of Works. And we don't work very closely with transport. They are very determined to make sure that this project is succeed and it will succeed. Our part. This idea from His Excellency don't come down to the Minister, Mr. Cabinet alone, and in the technical team, there will be the whole meeting, technical committee that we did, and Ministry of Works will play a major role for make sure we're there today. And this not purely government in dream, and like the City Council like a subject of the central government and a direct beneficiary of what the Ministry of Transport through Ministry of Finance they try to achieve. So it will be one of the most happiest person among you all. So as works, we are happy, and the M&E aspect of it, through the effort again of the Ministry of Finance, there is a very effective directory of M&E. This project with the monitor, for now, the monitoring. When the project on they are deployed now, we're going to evaluate resources, effort, every other things. So on behalf of the minister and on behalf of the entire ministry, we tell God thank you, we tell the Ministry of Transport and Aviation thank you, I will tell the Ministry of Finance for piloting through World Bank this successful project. I thank you all.
Yeah. Thank you very much, very much, for that statement. As we go, as we say today in our collaboration with all our stakeholders, and each and every ministry, all those who they are today play a leading role for them all there. Today, among our midst, we get the Minister of Internal Affairs, but before this time, I'm the Executive Director of Nigeria Leone Road Safety Authority. In fact, I'm one of the technical man who will always been at the ministry to see that this project really is properly designed. So in day-to-day back as minister, I think that not to any mistake which he made, because again for control the traffic, now they charge of the internal affairs, security, and all other things for make sure that people their safety is secure. So it's an opportunity. Now I will call out Honorable Minister for make a short statement, please.
Mr. Chairman, I want to stand on existing protocols. Good morning, colleague ministers, ladies and gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I want to say I'm glad for there today. After many months of working on paper, we actually see some fruition of the project. We don't work and lonely, we don't do surround visits, but we don't begin to say now, mortar, they can't begin, cement, they can't begin, things they begin happening. So I'm glad we are so happy for they are today because we do a lot of work behind the scenes. Many a time I've been not only for traffic, but hopefully with this project, we don't need a director them for traffic light and today we will control traffic. So we look forward to this project. Now local contractor get the project. As security, we want to see security for the lonely young men and young women. We want to see jobs, let them employ them. Let them not take people them from afar. The young people that whether they are lonely, whether they are the surrounding, that them because that will provide security for we. They provide security for them. Then we will go the idleness we go there, where they now go stop. So the go there now on the land our scar, I go there for see them. The work then say get helmets, then get everything, train them for be most of them in town say I don't learn, don't study, not to have one for day, but work no day. So they look forward to the local contractor. But say most of them are the young women, the young men the way they around this area will be employed and they will do the work. Security wise also, I worship the mayor talk say lonely, a lot of people work now they trade in Iron Boku. These sites where they can make, not to trade in sites. Not to have for can buy cement, not to have for can buy iron rod. You have to be secured. What to the tribe for say the one that where the tribe for say the one that where they in charge. You now use the material they will get for the work. Not for the one that will get money for supply to them, so then we'll go sell there to people and back. All the material will there for be secured. And also the LUC, more job and in team go ensure say security be maintained na this site and all other sites and the area the whole the project go work. So I want to assure the people, the contractor and the them say anytime where issues arise for security wise, let them come through the LUC, follow and ensure say the property then will be kept safe and the tools they will use for this project will be kept safe. And we don't tell we look forward to this. and one for really see traffic lights and the roads along the yard. The first na the whole of the country wey go dey see say we get coordinated traffic lights, so we no go demand na traffic to get traffic people, dem go be easy, dem go do the job wey they want for do. And for tell all the members of this project, especially the finance minister, for the time and effort we don put to ensure say this project work, including the transport minister. You know, work very hard here in deputy for ensure, and the mayor as well. We don't go around so many times, all around. We go around the mayor for look at places and see areas where we work. So I'm going to tell all them people there, plenty, thank you. Papa, salon for better.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Minister of Internal Affairs. Now we don't reach to a very important point. As I've said at the beginning, we are going to make the opening statement. Exactly or precisely 1 year ago, this project signed up with the World Bank, and no less a person but the Honorable Minister of Finance himself, signature date on the document, and signed with the World Bank. And when signed, all this, it will always follow up on how the negotiation, the programs, then they go. So if we are here today, that because of the role we play for them we succeed today as Salon, especially the amount of money. When you call that kind of money, it's normal for them to not give country like that. Some of who don't and the development partners, they will know sometimes about the give money, but Australia can benefit today from that kind of money, from that kind of donor. They definitely, it means the quality, the caliber of people themselves who will get the society already legally, they get trust in them. So I not need to talk much. The man is there, I support his signature for that project. So I will kindly, respectfully ask him to make the statement. Honorable, you come to Suffer, please.
Thank you very much. Mr. Chairman, PS, thank you very much. Honorable Minister of Transport, colleague ministers, I worship the mayor, other dignitaries present here on our morning.
Morning, sir.
Morning. Yeah, I will talk small because we don't get a chance for talk. You know, the finance will not get projects no more. If we are not calling, we will not go talk. So I want to tell you, I can give you space, you don't want to talk small. First, that said, the Honorable Minister of Transport, very big time. Maybe that the first project activity is really outside the conference room of Uniata. We get the high level participation of ministers. I mean, I'm surprised I see the Deputy Minister of Public Works, Transport, Minister of Information, Minister of Internal Affairs, the Mayor, the Deputy. That should say the minister is a good minister. It's not easy for that 4 or 5 ministers for the program. Everybody is busy. The Honorable Minister of Information, I'm suspecting that borrow the right now. Yeah, thank you very much. But if I don't understand some background for certain things, when we came in April 2018, there was a thinking, concept like, of a project for 15 million. So sometime in May or June, any mission come. As usual, Governor of the World Bank representing Sierra Leone, the people called to me. They come meet me right there. Once we talk, let's talk about this project 15 million. That's not for which, it's not for the convenience hospitals. You know, that's too cheap. We don't want 15 million projects. Because I know the problem of congestion in the Western area. The congestion problem in the Western area is such that if you calculate doing the economics of it, the number of hours where they spend for command long, the going sector and cover, if you calculate that, you multiply by the number of years where they work, by the number of people where they go through that, you see the money where they lost, you will discourage. I mean, now some long the numbers are small, but first the families they come out start host by 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning from how they call them, Godrich, for how they prepare in school. It's so much. The congestion is still there. If at this project, are part of the problem of our affairs, but we still need to do more. So, without magnitude of the problem, I'm going to make a special case here for increase her. the coordinator. I remember that mission. Usually ministries want to move a project so fast. So when they tell us, I want to stop this project, let's discuss this. After I go talk to the boss. The transport ministry will be too happy at that point. The first time I'm going to do it today, then later look for otherwise. Let's look for big things. I go Washington, make the case. President Leone left here, I go United Nations. Then from there, I come Washington, meet the World Bank president. One of the case, the project, the way I appeal for now, are this project. And as a result of President Leone visiting the World Bank, and then negotiate, we work much for what's in table. Straight away, the bank people they say, no, because you don't express interest, you don't tell the problem of Freetown. When you show Freetown on video, when they see at the congestion, that this project will convert them from loan of 15 million or 20 million by then to a grant. Grant me, they pay nothing, no interest, no principal, no junior, no senior, no principal, no interest. No minor. Yes, no minor. That grants me. They give for nothing. Only that they just give for nothing. They don't know what you want. They will still pay for them. Make sure you use them for the people of this country. So this project to the amount of 50 million loan, like grant to Salon. Yeah? $1 million, sorry. $1 million, the grant to Salon. The other thing again, for let people that convert your money from loan to grant, not because they like you, and because they know say you are determined to move on. So because you're determined to move on, they're ready for help you. We came up with a manifesto, we came up with the medium-term development plan. They still say there are credible program there, and therefore for support you. So this program is meant to support us and support the leadership of this country. Now come to the issue of council and central government. They call it local government. They call it central government. They are all part of government, large government. Local is just a subset. You got 22 local government. Freetown City Council are part of local government. They are part of the government. And Freetown is significant. Economically, Freetown they account for 30% of our GDP, at least 30% of our GDP. Freetown they account for about 20% of our population. If we take what comes from Wataki and the big industry, in terms of revenue, Freetown will be contributing for over 60-70% of revenue to government by the location of Wataki here. In some countries, they post not in the city, but in our case, they post in the city. And quite apart from that, we are all living in Freetown. We are all Freetonians. So technically, we are all subject to the mayor of Freetown. That is all. We are all subject to the mayor of Freetown. The mayor of Freetown is also part of government. She is also subject to President Leone. You know, relationship. We are residents here. Look, whether we voted for her, we did not vote for her, that's a different story. But the fact remains we are Freetonians. We want to live a decent life. We want a good environment. So, working with her is inevitable. What you want to say, there is no way we're not going to work with her. Personal progressive. But we must get our guidelines how we work. She launched a Transform Freetown, we realigned with the Medium-Term Development Plan. This project come from that. So there's no way this project can go on without collaboration with the City Council. So they are collaborating with the City Council. Because it's a central government project funded by the World Bank and government of Sierra Leone supporting the Freetown area. Inside the mayor, there's mayor. So we have to understand that Freetown is so important that if we don't take good time, we don't work together, we will lose Freetown in the next few years. So President Leone said, no, this is not about party politics, not about anything. We have to make sure we change the face of Freetown. And let me tell you, when a visitor comes to Sierra Leone, the first time when they go, like after Product, I the cap, the long part, you have Freetown. It's Freetown that gives you a good impression. So if your city is not well built, it's not well made, it's not good, you don't get too much respect when you travel outside. We have not travel outside. That's why in any direction, we dey change Freetown. Vote, we dey change Freetown. Vote no vote with the change Freetown. This is one way for change Freetown. We got other big plans for change Freetown. This traffic light, they put the target field areas, but they make sure they comprehensively from number 2 to the roadway. Every corner of the town for this traffic lights. We are putting every corner of street lights. It's not this happening. China, Shaka, Sweden, and Freetown and net. Be fearful. It will spoil them. It's not that. How can we live in a city like this? That will obligation for see how we can change it. This project that is first step in the process. The minister will come up with the first component there. But if with the traffic congestion, what they call the traffic congestion, we have to see how we will turn around. If we can afford food bridges now on this project, fine. But you don't do for Freetown, for more big get on the quality here, Flyovers. We are going to start big Flyovers. Now all of people in plan. If you have money, we're able to take a coastal road where they come up from Freetown area. Take out our money. Yes. So that people don't move by the sea. We have to change Freetown. Freetown, you look like say, you don't want Freetown is some big ghetto. The outlook of Freetown is not good. You have to change Freetown. If we travel out of this country, you feel bad. President, every time you sit down with him, you feel so bad. There's no project honorable minister where President Billy asking for these projects. 24/7, what's happened to that project? What is happening to that project? As I come on and I call you, can't notice the other one. You know, that call, what they call you. But the president cannot tag me. Because it's not determined for C. They even ask me now that let's start discussing the additional financing. It's because the money waiting for this project, 50 million, you don't do. So we want to look at for additional 30 million for other components. So before we wait, we'll try to think about an for put that together. So in the next few weeks, we'll start discussing the components when required, whether these are these components, so that we can change, we can use it for that. The other thing I want to talk about quickly is that the public coordination with the public works departments, the institutions. We said the water line in the past, we said the electricity cable line in the past. Most often we get money for pay. When they make road, the electric pole, they get for shift time, we get government for the pay. Please coordinate it well with those institutions and see where some of the costs of removing those things are factored in the designs or what have you. So that you don't become unnecessary agents of government. Because that can delay project. You don't need some sign up for us electric cable there. And not the ministry not come pull and get because you don't inform them in time. Because Ministry of Finance not give them money yet. So the project they delay for 1-2 months. It's a very critical issue where there's a whole problem. Some of the delays that probably coming was related to that. The issue of shifting the utilities, facilities, not becoming in time. By the time we can now belong it, they will lose the mini system. So please, let's coordinate that very well. The issue of hourly labor, the Minister of Internal Affairs talk say, may they hire your money there. But let me just repeat this from my experience in project. That we encourage the construction company for hire local labor, for local jobs. But the contractor get right for come with your own skilled labor, we believe. I don't want people to misunderstand that by the time they come out and say, no, they're saying I'm for work now. The contractor get right for come with his skilled labor, the people they will believe. And again, if they hire you, they get right for fire you back. We don't get a contract, we tell us by force if we hire you. If we only hire you, we will campaign to acquire me. But if you hire you, say get right for fire you. They don't come work for 2 hours. You will be able to know, and the Nigerians are saying, no, it will rise to hire, has the right to fire. So I know we don't know, because I know we don't get experience it. Let me emphasize that. The contractor get right for hire you. We then go there for the hire you, but get right for fire you. If you don't work to what you want. And they get right for come out what skill labor from outside. So the contractor, please, we encourage you, like how the minister say, as much as possible, use the local labor that are ready for work with you.
and the role of the community, including women and men. We don't see the way they make road, one cement they pass, and next people they put mortar, cement and what they call. So inside the mixer, they put inside plastic bag, they go sell that. So a lot of other police and that's future and anything they use. I don't know this kind where they make the new road. To get the right there. Now here I just see them open the car with plastic bag, they can't sell that. One man that been here we don't need to use for speed and grow. What are they using? The same water they for use in the street, then they will use for me. For making the private houses. So if I come and make a thief property for crime for government they knows. That is corruption to his highest level. He deprive the youth, he deprive the people of government property. They can't go for your own private use. You never go buy your own cement on the side. Rather, you can't take the cement to the contractor, they carry it. When you do that, that is the wrong direction. But nobody did put it before. So therefore, we have the responsibility for oversee and quietly monitor. I'm not going to use the word monitor because that's again one way people can misunderstand. Because the man the fees when they say monitor, that class monitor who's that class prefect. You know? Not to that monitor when they can. Why you do this? What is so for that? Not to your business, not to your contract. When you can't see the contractor do something not correct, the first person call you MP. Member of Parliament, that contractor, that time where I see the media mixture, that number of bags to cement, no look correct to one of then the MP will call whoever the supervisor project, SLR or whoever. They tell them. Look, if you can't pass on them, when I will get Palabadi, and you don't know who's that with the specification. So inform your MP or your councillor. That means you will find the councillors, the MPs from time to time. Just come back and ask you questions and see what they have. Then from there, if you have concerns, liaise with the ministry, the project coordinating unit, and that, so that you are part of it. You don't need to come here to about the contractor because you don't know what they are doing necessarily, and you don't even know whether you do the right thing or the wrong thing. But what you observe, if you see it wrong, bring it to the attention of those concerned so that they can amicably resolve it. So the idea for the safety of the material, the safety of the materials is that the responsibility of the community. You don't expect this man for camp, from NTR, you can take 10, 15 police back because they take Naira next. The money went for 10 for Naira now they take for pay police. Who said for 10 young man for car? You go make it count with 10 police, and that 10 police for raising money, we don't know where the job again. Because I don't appeal where I don't go put this ever engine. No. Quick. Now to see what I get up. Quick. What I don't put out. Do I want to cover that? But I'm not mix cement and take some cement. One cement they take a car house. They almost get by out. Now you see people they come over quick. They get your own and they have cement by out. You can't work for goodness for someone else supposed to get cement by house. I know people that don't build us by the woman. No, sir. And we're going to put one now. So the contractor and the coordinator, there was serious problem that was in that project. You have to pay very serious attention to it. Up there, we put in the first one, when we see the sweat, but I'm let the free go, I'll get mine. Watch out. Yeah, you also come up, all sides of the country, walk higher. So, no care. We get mine oil, they will go back to some from us. So do ya more watch out. Let we all help for monitor the projects. Anything will go wrong. Anybody will see in the county take project property, do ya talk to the relevant authority. Otherwise, you don't let grumbling. You don't let Freetown, you don't let Salon. You are big. Yeah? Once more, now just tell them and say, vote, no vote, we will make Freetown. Now we all get Freetown. Freetown not belong to nobody. Now we all get Freetown, yeah? Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. We must make Freetown also. We must make Freetown. Whatever happens, as Honorable Minister say, let me take this project as a privilege this country. Now we now reach to the climax.
where the Honorable Minister Assessor, when I'm the senior, I don't know if I can call her executive director of the project. The way dress up today, I think neither the 5 year, I don't know, neither the I got a purple.
The field marshal, the field marshal.
Well, they say he's the field marshal. He's not the field marshal we get for the monitor the project. And one question around for caution the contractors this is the man that can come at any time. Because be the Minister of Lands with the top. When you want to do something, when you want to see something be done, you know the protocol, you know the barrier, and we just stand at any time. And we could call a film, I think he's called a film marshal. So we will now get the mic for him make a statement, then hand over the site to the contractor, after which the constituency self-reside within will ask the MP for giving vote of thanks. Thank you. Now, don't clap for field marshal, please. Now for this project, no more, please.
Now, Brigadier General, now Brigadier this.
Good afternoon. We are. This is a daily today. I'm not getting much for talk because the man will get the money. They don't talk all the time. They want talk. One particular thing we have one talk. We hit partner. I want to ask and let ask for the money. But this is a good mind. So you know. We go for the Bona Finance. Sadi, we go for the Bona Finance for get this $30 million extra.
Just spend no more.
Well, let's spend no more. Anyway, first, I want to say thanks to His Excellency the President, because after we go Washington and the Minister of Finance, the Minister of Finance called them and said, Mr. Minister, this project is big. We don't get more money, and we don't pay nothing. So for where you go. Well, I think from that time, now we don't know me, me and the deputy, we know what's done, when it's up, we step at every door. We don't make sure this project go through. I want to say thanks to all my colleagues, Minister of Finance, particularly agriculture, lands, Minister of Works, information. We most times we go up with information out and go to them for advice. And I don't put something out somebody will criticize me. They have always been there for us. The SRTC, the agency them, go every day, they do an office. SRA, Mr. Akane and his team. The police, Mr. Morgan, anytime we come on the site, they do with you. And the CSO, Civil Society, Mr. Charles, too, they always do with you. Before I go further, I want to know how the works all play. We not go far. We not go far by the projects. We are the first project before the president abroad. We will win the World Bank Vice President Award. On that note, I want the team when they will do this project, when they don't really for long get to this point, when they all come over and all months here. The women have the job and himself, the ground, and then the ground. Man. So, as you see, now I see all my daughter. But what I really have the ones, like the one that they do the pen and paper work. So, therefore, ladies and gentlemen, I think Driver senior, they are beneficiary.
The machine!
The market people, they are beneficiary. But we get remind them every day. I say, I know that say, I go at the office unannounced. Gentlemen, I want update. Can't tell me what to go on. One man say, what I say, go to JJ. So I think, say, gentlemen, don't love you a big hand. Before they go, I want the coordinator, Mr. Hideo Shaka, let's just walk on through the various components that we get and the whole project we will get. Before it's done, then we will just run up, then I think we'll go to the end. No, we'll let it go. So now I want just let Mr. Shaka go through and explain the various components because this man is the engine of this project. Again, the auxiliary then, where they Mr. Kata, Rashida, and the whole of the engineer there, Mr. Aki, they do every night at the office. After that, they keep at the office when I want to go find Rashida, say, don't find, don't go eat. We still wait for you. So I want to thank you for your efforts and your commitment to this project. I think this will motivate you to learn to more. Mr. Shaka.
Thank you very much, and really be honored for getting this privilege for talk among the Minister of Finance and the Minister of Internal Affairs, the presence of the Mayor, and all. I'm privileged. I will go straight to the point because the project is important. I'm not going to talk about the money. Minister of Finance don't articulate that better than I can ever do. So we will go to the components. This project here is divided into two parts in the city. We get the east and the west corridor who they look at. The west corridor they run from number 2. It come along the yard, they go into Wilkinson Road, Congo Cross, the light and bus halt, they go into Savage Street, that are the route of the bus I tell you. Then he go into Sanders Street all the way to a bend by post office. He go right down to the mayor in building. Then he turn right for going to bus stop. When they return, the bus they return from bus stop to number 2. He use the same route, but when he reach St. John, the bus not they use Savage Street. He they use Old Railway Line, and then he continue join at the light and continue back take go number 2. Now for the east corridor, it starts at the same bus stop and we therefore regenerate the bus station so that by Falcon Bridge and we get a turning bay. All that day in the design and we therefore do some car park there so that we will remove some vehicle on street so that particular street and no car park, no motor car no go park there so that the bus will get enough space for people for go access bus stop. So we for people that we work there, we therefore provide that. And we and the mayor they talk extensively on that as well.
Sorry, so it regenerates the bus station.
The bus station, who side in the town?
What's that mean?
Okay, sorry, sir. You know, I okay, what I mean by regenerate? Bus station, we they make under in fact the office for SLRTC, where then the new regulator and they get for Kanye. What I say regenerate, we they change the face. Bus station get shops there. They get car park on top, then they get underneath inside the bus, then they park by different destinations for go upline. Yes. They get a multi-story car park. Then they do coffee shop, like when you can at 6 o'clock, and it get to be really strict and timely. We all grow up now, Freetown no say, me come on 10 o'clock, me daddy just drop in a bus stop. And me boss there on time. Why should they wait till we get time for drink coffee? Say he left me and go inside the bus and go back. So we want to go back to them days then where the boss will make sure say around here now very decent and we ensure say flowers and decent place and the face where they face like footballs in the street, there is already a design where they look at where we go surprise everybody. Then from there, the bus there where they come out Jewel, let's start from Jewel, from the east. And Jewel itself, with that junction when I see that Jewel, traffic lights get for the day, first of all. Then we dey get wetin minister talk, footbridge for them, motor man, they can cross the street. We dey go over the bridge, we go back. That day, before I continue on that day get for day, already in August, by end of August into September, we go see that day again. Instead they begin, the footbridge then. Yes. In fact, normally we begin with. Yeah. The footbridge is there. We will begin two now normally. Then we will do one now with our first straight with the first place. But by performance we get for make the time. That's it. But now that go to the east corridor. The east corridor is starts now too. Now, my brother, I want to acknowledge as our ministers, the deputy DG na SLRTC. I want to give him a hand. You know, under rain, under sun, he don't scout for how to set up with the OZEM. All Nadi. From number 2, and again, Minister of Lands has been very, very, very supportive. Thank you very much. As you see, we tell about this project, sometimes they will give it and they eat. Don't not keep up with the football. But in the level thing say if this project no more na priority, we will bring this, we will sort them out. So we will get depot both na number 2, we get 6-acre landing already. Then we will get depot by Freetown Teachers College. But now then the bus then they start from the east. Like minister say we get for extend take go Waterloo and other corridors within Freetown. But for now, it start June. It come na Freetown. So from here the bus they go into Flyover Road. It come into Sani Abacha. It turn right now with Bafo Street. It instead go and bus station. But when he left bus station, where did they go? They come inside Sani Abacha and they make the Ministry of Transport and together with Works, we make that a policy. Sani Abacha get for be a public transport only street. You will get your jeep, you know they go past, then I got which street they go past. The reason is we want to give priority to the people there. Bus they carry more people than the jeep where you and UF and 2 pickings sit on. So with bus they carry say like some of the buses you get for get 40 sitting and 25 standing. Imagine that then at 65 go to so. Imagine if you want to put 65 people inside jeep, you go need at least 30 jeeps for carrying them people in there. So what you will do, they give priority to public transport. So that you say for looping, you say no, that let me go to Canada bus. So the bus they go through Sani Abacha, when they go out, na Kisi Road they use. When they come in, na Flyover Road. Then the private people na the opposite. The private people where they come, then they use Kisi Road. Private people where they go, then they use Flyover Road. Then of course from that when they say na dual carriageway, na 2 lane each side, so the bus will get and then they go. So that then we dey do what we call an intelligent payment system, where they na cashless. The same Dabaru, okay, the same Dabaru business where minister talk about the materials, we dey try to handle about money business. One of the leakages dem na fuel and the ticketing. So we dey handle that. We dey get a part of the project. We dey get a control center where they see from number 2 straight to Jue. We dey know how the bus dey move. You know they pay again to driver. We dey bring a system where you get mobile money you go pay. You dey get a card where you keep top up, when you go to the bus, you don't dey touch and you go. You know they pay money to driver again. We don't pay money for us. Then also, I want to talk about the nature of the buses. We may be the first now, we don't conclude, we don't almost conclude the design and the bus system at no additional cost to what we don't design. The manufacturer they say they will put Wi-Fi on the buses. All the buses. We get a forget. Internet. Yes, internet the Wi-Fi, the internet system. Then we get forget toilets and some executive buses there. Then the not all, but some get forget toilet. Please, finally, apart from the control center where we get where they see all things. Yes. In fact,
I'm not called AC because it's such a standard. Yes, we don't even talk about that. If you don't get AC, we don't pull on our water. You know you can't say. You know you come outside, you come out. So all the buses are fully air conditioned. Then we get also as part of this project, we get the ramps. We remember women them. We also remember picking them. We remember disabled people them. All the buses then get disabled ramp. Where if you get wheelchair, you go get the dignity for driving yourself go inside, but so the person they told you go inside. All the buses they get that. And as minister say, the signalization what they do right now, we work with the partner agency OPII. We work and out of this project, we support them. For let them give it data, because the traffic light, we not just want to do at the corridor. We want that traffic light talk to other traffic light. That's the example. If we get traffic light na the light, we always say the lodge na Tengeton Junction. Na junction they know to so. We need traffic light there. Then when you go up na the junction, you forget traffic light. So that they all go synchronize and talk to each other. So when they turn green, we all they pass through. So we dey do that and expand traffic lights in all the cities as we dey expand the phase of the project. So we then give us. Then I want to conclude. Thank you, Deputy. And I just want to stop and just thank the Deputy. Now we own Lieutenant Colonel. Finally, I want to talk about the market and the transit terminal. These projects now, you see out here now. This time for the road normal, yeah, this launching. We get to come back in that side. When we launch the market and the transit terminal. What do we do? So we market man them, we market man them, we they work as well with the mayor. We want to bring dignity. It don't make sense like it's about the road when the guy they send it. And that same road the way you begin come on school, and they get for bus. You say when you come on my kids and they get for bus. So now we make them good for ourselves. But in order to achieve that, they do a state-of-the-art market now. Not tell you what you get forget. That market there, we they bring clinic there. Yes, sir. If they get one big Walkway white man called fresh. What is simply mean? All them market man they with a young baby. Then they get side and they go left their baby. Right side they go sell. Then the other thing is, we must say, yes. One more. The market, we ensure say it gets in your storage facility. Inside people that will able to safely store them back it whereas them at the end of the day. Then we dey near the transit park. Now when you get for car normally, not to first you dey see right bubble. So when you want to take bus for go bubble, you go team up inside the bubble standing. No yabanoli. When you get for go up na Jue from long lead that transit here, you dey go there the motor car just camp a back, una go inside and you dey get a cover. So finally on this one, we bring the project plus government. The project plus government, we will bring a total over the period of this project, 400 buses minimum. Because the reason is that waiting there for streets like this, we get to get bus stops throughout the corridor. Now when we say peak time, we will start like 6:30 all the way to 9:30. Buses then get for the commode both from Jue and from number 2 every 2 minutes. So you don't need for your back for bus. When you team up like you bus stop, say you then you bus stop na normally yeah. If the first bus car is blocked, just wait. Within 2 minutes you say another bus will carry away. Another 2 minutes, another bus will carry away. So no need more than you go to the first bus stop. So that's what they do. And some of the bus them, we also they target them for go offline in a very executive manner. So when you ready for work, then when they do them, then they say where they load you market. They want switch thing they want for do for we market people in a year. About 5 or 6 of the buses, we dey sit down with the market women association. We dey engage them, they dey design am separately, then go dey let them, then 6 o'clock na morning for go market. Wetin we dey arrange with una, inside una team dem dey like una get palmine, una get this, una get that. We dey deploy special bus for special time, so that you know when somebody don wear in Armani suit, e dey inside or in good agbada, you no wan let e go inside palmine go rub banner. So we dey make special bus that we arrange with una. Una go give you the time. Then bus dem dey take una tell una go as close as possible to the market site una dey sell. And then we dey do the same arrangement for pick up and take una. And then the normal bus close dem go start wey dey go and stop na each bus stop. But put in there for top, the technology wey dey bring a lot of things dey, but at this stage I get big man dey sit down, they no keep them waiting. But let me support the project. Thank you very much.
Now project official for owner. This is where we talk. I forget. I not see the sister, the mayor. This project now we all get up. We all get for store and work more and more to transform Freetown under power new direction. One thing when the director will talk, I think let something them there. The traffic lights. Get forget camera for there open the block traffic. For there we Okada when police dey stop them, they pass the way. At least this time when you drive, that traffic lights with the camera, they take your picture. They send that to the center. They will trace you. They will pay that money there. Do that the 2 times with the suspend your license, 3rd time with the revoke your license. Wow. Then the other way the director not talk about the coordinator, the market get forget no rules. So no matter where you in a market, they never come out and go for the other side. There are also toilet facility for the modern toilet. The guy for the other for come out, go behind the market and do take care of themselves. So one take care of everybody. But at the end of the day, what will appeal to everybody, we will put all the system in place. Our level will all take a seat and we get them. The guy person gets your own house, level owner, and will take care of them. Because when you use them, let's say the toilet, remember say we come out the other person want for good day and use them. So we will also make sure say through the mayor, we will put the people that they want to take care of their toilet there and the market itself. Where the market man there, they will take care of them to make sure say all the projects, all the things we did, we all go and do them together. Mr. Chairman, I think say we don't reach to the point now we get for see the public folks to let hand over the site to them because they're so eager. They're so eager for beginning work yesterday. So let me say for much time here. So Chairman, thank you very much.
Hello. I want to say thanks to the Honorable Minister. Of course, we don't need to go over that. This project that we all get right now, we ask the Honorable Minister of Finance, we as I say that inside that document, we all there for today. So now, they hand over to the Minister of Transport, that is the site. Then the Minister of Transport will hand over to the project contractor. So Honorable Minister of Finance, respectfully, you can hand over the site plan now to the Honorable Minister of Transport, please.
Thank you very much. Papa
we will transform Freetown. Pow pow. Pow pow. Pow pow. We will transform Freetown. Nice Freetown. Pow pow. Nice Freetown. Honorable Minister, on behalf of government, I will hand over to you for handing over to the contractor this side. Thank you. Before I hand over contractor, I want to let the Minister of Finance, God bless her. Thank you, sir. On behalf of my person myself, the Ministry of Transport, the Ministry of Finance, and the Government of Honorable Excellency, the President, retired, the Doctor, Brigadier retired, U.S. Madado, and now I have this privilege to hand over this site to you.
A special day. Now a special day because the government of Sierra Leone, where the President, His Excellency Julius Marabio, will tell a thank you. They will tell the team, Minister of Finance, Minister of Transport, and the team, when they get trust for hand over this particular project, not to a foreign contractor. That's very, very important. This shows that they are respecting the local content policy. And we will make sure this will show as an example, because if we the local contractor not perform, it will be difficult for the other local contractor get more jobs when they compete with the foreign competitors. So we will make sure this will be a yardstick for the other local contractors that enter the market, for no way we see foreign contractors in this country again. We will assure that the ministry, the Minister of Finance, Minister of Transport, and all the teams say we will do this project, we will do it with quality, and we will do it on time, so that at least no other projects there, they won't have to say the local contractor they will not give. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We are not sitting down. We are not doing it. We are big. We are not sitting down. We are not doing it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Contractor. Thank you for that statement, for that assurance we give you, for saying you go do a quality job. Now we go ask, as we are so in our constituency we did 131 and 133, 132 and 131, my friend. Yes, 131. So we kindly, as I said at the beginning, this project, the greatest beneficiaries, the MPs and the mayor, because I know so when 2023 come, they are going to use it. So please, let's say they are highly committed. So please, we will ask now the Honorable Mohammed Sharif Rahman Kuka, the Fuzarat, the Honorable Member of Parliament, to make this statement. Thank you.
The responsibility right now now for give vote of thanks where the chairman don't call me for do. But I think say I will start by saying that today that a very important day for me at constituency 131 and constituency 132. The reason why I say that very important day, Because so many people they don't get doubts if this thing will come. What you say? But with the dynamic leadership of His Excellency the President, retired Brigadier Julius Marabio, he never reach. Now even like when he did a campaign, he tell the people of this country, he said, Pampa, Salome Peter. With this project here, so all the two you said today, indeed, this don't clearly show say Salome Peter. I want to first of all tell God plenty thank you when you give me the chance for me to also today. Because we always say this is any season, not to say, but God knows say plenty today inside this particular project. And make the weather fine for me till we come to the end of this project. This program also one problem more can done. That don't clearly again shows it. This project has a blessing inside it and blessing the military complete. I want again to recognize and tell thanks to the honorable ministers already also, because right now we get about 4 or 5 ministers. We also get deputy ministers then and other distinguished guests already with me. I want to tell them plenty thank you when they left their busy schedule for can join me also for make this particular occasion also be a success. Let God bless them for me. We the constituency 131 and constituency 132. We also they recognize with district chair lady, constituency chairman, the zonal chairman and minister and other executive members. We also recognize other stakeholders within the constituency. We tell ourselves plenty thank you for the support of the country for this occasion also. This day is a remarkable day for we in this part of this country. This day is a day we will ever forget, because we know say His Excellency the President, he kept the people of this country also at heart and he ready for deliver for this country also. And that's why we always tell people, and you are present there also today. Go tell your body, make you say tell your body, so tell your body say, make you trust the process. Because paper is a one of better. I will tell you like they say, this particular project also, like a project in the right direction under the new direction dispensation. Nobody will go for transform this country also. Nobody will go for transform Freetown. As His Excellency the President, this has been a prayer to a smaller day. Now we reflect back. Since 1965, when we gained independence. Project. We don't have an illegal project here in this country. Always have an expert to do so. All these projects are so intense. We don't have an area. So I'm not going to accept it over here. So because of that, that will the people of constituency 131 and 132 will give plenty thanks to His Excellency the President. We will give plenty thanks for the new direction of government. We will give plenty thanks. We will also give plenty thanks and a special thanks to a special ministry, where the Ministry of Transport and Aviation. They will do a very good job, because from all the aim of this project, continuously engage me, follow the dialogue, and we will able to meet some of the things that we are listening to. Let God bless them and let God keep them for from people of this country also. Again, I want to give another special thanks to Leone, the sponsors to this particular project, being at the World Bank. Because just like the Minister talked also, For let them give a kind of money to come to their throne easy. $50 million. What's for money over there? Let you know how this country is surplus. Let you know the blessing of His Excellency President. Under economic leadership, for him to give 50 million grants to this country as constant project. Piper, Salon Roberti. I also want for this place the thanks to the SLRA. They have played a great role for making this particular project successful. Right? Then we reach out and reach out to you. The problem, as God don't do the fire weather, we don't reach this point, we don't go over too long. Because we get with other programs that we go to. So on that note, I think say I will try to take my seat. But before ever I will take that seat. Again, I want to tell you I say, I don't even continue to be able to hand over that. I don't see. Because this project, the immediate beneficiaries are the people of 131 and 132 also. So we will grab this project and we know how to try. Because the project is so far to me. But as I said before I take my seat, I again join the minister for dear beg the contractors them. Dear will not forget the youth of this community. Will not forget. We get to qualify people, we get to train people, and we believe so that people are capable of doing the job. So the people make sure that we pay attention because the youth of this community, the youth of them two constituencies also, that we must valuable assets them. We want to talk with them. The kind of people that belong to that community are not like NSL. They give up everything for talking to parliament. They give up everything for what His Excellency President for State House. So we said that we come for them to pay them back. And any sound to back, we'll talk and advocate for them, but they always be considered. On that note, I want to tell you plenty. Thank you. May God bless you now, and let God reward you our programs. Thank you very much. Yeah, we don't almost come to the lowest one. After this, we can today all the this project. So Honorable Tawade among we with a man of the people, he said we will allow for them just 2 minutes statement, please. A different day. 2 weeks ago, like the other day, we met the Minister of Finance. We go hand over other project sites. For other projects where this government don't put together 80% of the money for do. And for construct all the bridges where the most light can go. When this government took power 2 years ago, people have been down what you will do. People don't really understand what this government stands for. This government stands for transformation. This government stands for change. And this government know the piece how to change the happen. For the first time at the history of this country, there is several governments. But this government will not be just. Saying that the government is going to give more money to local council pass all man. This government will not be just. So that the government is going to give free hand to local council authorities that pass all man. This government will not ingest. So that the government is why they roll out projects on a national project, it they involve local authorities. Now that one they call governance. They will get the million naira. We get the council on our we get 200 women. We see the turnout of the ministers there. It shows that President Bio, when they start project, you don't finish out. If they find out in parliament, if they do what they say, anything they say, I will start out. Anything they say, I will start out, but you don't finish out. They say action better pass intention. We don't get intention, we not completion we get. We dey complete until the Minister of Finance don promise to say we dey complete Momo Drive, Sherif Drive. The Minister of Finance don show say he don complete Atlantic Juba. The Minister of Finance don show say he don complete Babadori Good Drive. The Minister of Finance don show say he dey go make another way wey dey go take Kubola. The Minister of Finance don afford government say this government as I dey tell una parliament he say he dey make go say we no ever dey. He say the fear wey be dey born wey go Makeni if I wan go pass round back na Mashaka he say dey stop nowadays. The minister under this government he dey ensure say we dey pull ferry out of this country completely. We dey make all the side the outside ferry dey pass, put bridge and dey all man pass with Motoga. This kind of government, when the camera will begin to go catch other, we go catch other, we go catch other, we go catch other, we go catch other. No, we won't begin with the dawn. Now make them say, Orange show dey be alem. Orange na orange dey be a. If you see what they do na Canigo, what they do na Grasfield, what they do na Condifam, I want them are the product of President Bio leadership. When they do leadership of enough, all begin with the dawn. And then this project no longer not slow. If na be today, when they come, they cannot all team. But what you ready for start and complete now is long. We ensure say we put bus in our road, we ensure say we put traffic lights. We ensure to put steel, we ensure to control people that for move in and out of the street. We ensure that this project it reduce fatality, accident they stop. The person they work on a corner, they work outside the railing day. Motoka, they work on a street. President Beyonce, he not only give education, but they reduce accidents. They provide good governance. They complete everything we begin. And even today we there. On behalf of the constituency 132, I want to say thank you to President Bio, and I want to assure and say the vote wey you get na constituency 132, we dey talk now 2023. Thank you.
Today is a very good day, and it has been a very impressive program. So we want to say thanks to all. And here, service for all man, then we just stay around and get to service, we get snacks, take away, and the soft drink. So on behalf once more, I want to say thanks for your presence and enjoy a very good weekend. Thank you so much.